Hello, chat. Hello, hello, hello. To another day of my ceaseless grind. My grave grind, one might say. I saw Izzy saying that we'll be doing the mechanic ghost lady. That is actually incorrect. Because I've been on, let's say a journey. Today, again, once again, chat, I come back to you after, oh, thank God, finally, also, YouTube actually works now. Hello, YouTube viewer. I can see you now. Better than yesterday when I couldn't. I think I know why that happened. But, anyway, yes, once again, I come to you after having run around like a chicken with my head cut off for just way too long. Straight up, this time, chat, it was so bad that as I was running here to turn on the stream, or I guess turn on the pre-show, I had to stand there and be like, oh shit, did I leave the oven on? So I had to go check my oven. That's how bad it's been today. I have been, it's been a mess. I went on an adventure because I got up today and I was like, oh shit, who do I want to do for stream? Who do I want to draw for stream? I'm not quite sure. What am I feeling? What are my kind of the vibes I'm looking for? I'm like, I'd like to do a witch, honestly. I think doing a witch would be fun. And I looked through my bookmarks and I was like, all of these witches I want to do bigger things for, so I can't do them on this short stream. Shit. So I guess I gotta go fucking find a witch. So I spent probably like 2 hours before stream, skimming lightly as I did other things. Didn't find one, chat. That's the secret today, is that I didn't fucking find one. It's really hard to find a witch that I jive with, it seems. Or one that I don't want to do some bigger piece for. So I went fucking... Why was it? Because I wanted to draw one. You must have just got here, because I stated right before that I was looking for a witch on Artfight because I wanted to draw one. But, regardless, didn't find one. Didn't happen. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll look through ghosts and see if I could find something there. And I found a little goofy one that we'll be doing today. But I guess that such is the nature of the thing, right? I'm a picky customer. Any of them that had like a semi-interesting design, they had like no information or interesting story to them at all, so I was like, ah, fuck. So, but that's a thing too, is like, I want to draw characters that I find interesting. I don't want to just do it for design or whatever. Early morning, perfect for your cereal. Don't worry, I'll grime it up for you all. Gravel in every bite. I was hunting for a real life witch. But that was sort of the goal for this morning that I failed. That I failed miserably. So that'll have to be, I don't know, maybe I'll find one for Friday. You know, maybe I'll get lucky. I did find some characters that are now going into the bookmarks though, so it wasn't all bad, but yes. It has been a morning, again, running around a whole bunch. Like, I have commissions on VGen I still have to accept because I've just been sprinting about trying to get things done. How are all of you this morning? Eh? Mm-hmm. Also, chat, my scheme worked. It actually did function. Someone actually attacked the person, the Pippa Patchkin, the little pumpkin girl I drew yesterday. Someone attacked them specifically because I attacked them. So that's awesome. That's a thumbs up from me. Exactly. Propaganda at its finest. If anything, that's what I'm doing. Which also means I have to kind of personally be a bit more responsible with the characters I'm picking for these attacks. Because again, the scheme is to have you guys go and get them. Or potentially if you show you something that you might think's cool and want to attack, and have you go attack them. And by responsible, I just mean do ones that I think should get attacks, and not just ones that I'm like, ah, this one's good enough, I'm lazy, sort of deal. Oh, there you go. There you go, another one. It's working. It's working. All right. Now I'm also realizing I have tonight, chat. Tonight oh no, wait, no, I'm good. So okay. I was like, oh fuck, I actually have to thumb out I'm actually gonna have to thumb out a illustration tonight for tomorrow, but I don't, because I could just use the other ghost one, the ghost mechanic girl. Oh, he does it again. How does he do it? How is he always so far ahead? Is what I'll say, and you guys can't say otherwise. All right, you guys can't argue with me that I'm actually really just let me have this one win, guys. Okay, just let me have this one W amongst my many L's, please. Listen here, Mike, Mr. Bungle. A burgle, sorry, you're burgle, not bungle. It is appreciated, but as I always say, people are incredibly generous to me already, so if you have other people you want to hit more, hit them. Honestly, you know what? What I'll say is hit Emily before you hit me. Hit Creature Hollow before you hit me. You don't need to do that. I need to get my fucking ratio up, guys. Like, you gotta give me a moment. You gotta give me a second. Alright, okay. Oh. My ratio's so bad. It kind of worked yesterday. It kind of worked out yesterday that, I think I got attacked once yesterday. So things have slowed down, which is good, I guess. Everyone who wanted to get me got it out of the way early and quick. Yes, I do love my chatter. You're late in the sense that it's been 15 minutes. Which, honestly, chat, probably a good time for me to get into it now. Because, again, shorter stream. But I was just in the back, sort of plugging away. There we go. This is who we're doing. Specty Von Spook. I thought they had a really silly design, which is so hard to find on Artfight. Honestly. It's a bit of a task. Yeah, it is I know, it is a silly ghost. I'm not 100% on the pose yet. I like the concept, because their whole thing is, if I go to their profile really quick, I believe, yeah, to just be a bit spooky. They like to be a little spooky. I'm not sure on if I am sold on the pose yet, so I'm gonna maybe really fast just turn this one real down and sort of Because I could do a more, like, open one. But I want her to be being spooky, as it were. That. Woo. Woo. No, I think the first one's better. Alright, we'll go with the first one. Okay. She's more creepy. Go and be gone. Okay. I mean, I guess thanks for saying hi and then vanishing at least. To be fair, I haven't looked at... I don't know if other people do this, I guess. I'm sure most of the time what people do is, they'll look... I think people take revenges a lot more into account during Artfight than I do, honestly. I don't really like, oh, I got attacked, and then I look at the person's account to find something to, like, revenge or anything. I don't do many chains, really. I'm just sort of... I'm very much a I do my own thing. And if you end up... Like, I'll look at your account after, and if I want to revenge you, I'll be like, I'll probably do you later. And that's about as deep as it goes. So if you want to attack me in hopes that you'll get art from it, probably not. Probably not. It's not really how I roll. I can tune up these arms a little bit. I can... Whee. There we go. Well, I don't have any, like... It's not like a principle against doing, revenge attacks or anything. It's just sort of like, I don't worry about it. I do what I want. I do what I fucking want on Artfight. Actually, hold on a second. I have been busy today, is what I've been. Quack. I've been running all over the place like a crazy person. Hold on 1 second, chat. I actually want to... I want to see if I can... Is there one of their other characters that they like to scare? Hold on. Not really. You know what? You know what I could do? Chat, you know what I could do? Why not? We'll throw a corny in here. I know, he's kind of... We'll put a corny in here. He'll be sort of... Because I'm just like, I want to fill out the space a little bit. I don't want it just to be... her floating there. I don't know. I don't think that's enough. That's my thing, chat. I'm always like, oh no, we gotta put a little bit more in. Gotta do a little bit more with it. Every spooky ghost needs a victim? True. True. Mr. Gravegrime, what do you enjoy more, writing your stories or drawing them out? They sort of, they fill different niches of the soul, but I guess overall, I think the actual okay, two answers. In terms of just the process, I probably like drawing them more. But in terms of the only thing that gives the meaning to the drawings I'm doing is the writing bit of it. So in terms of fulfillment, I'd probably say writing. In terms of actual like enjoyment of my time, where I'm just like having fun, probably drawing. Because you're just seeing something. It's fun to just see something like manifest, you know? So that's probably what it is. Mr. Corny Cobb, true. Drawing probably means you've completed most of the writing, so probably takes both layers of satisfaction. Not necessarily. It's more like, drawing is kind of the best way for me to communicate something. So it's, I could show someone this and they'll understand what I mean a lot easier, I guess is probably what it is. It is a more, complete form of communication. Plus, I'm one of those weirdos that actually really likes just putting lines on a piece of paper. So there's also that factor. Like, I physically enjoy drawing. I enjoy the physical sensation of drawing. So that's probably a big factor too. I don't really like the physical sensation of typing on a keyboard. That doesn't do it for me. So for that one, it has to be, oh, I'm thinking of something neat, and then I type it down, and then I reread it, and I go, hell yeah. That looks pretty good, so. Get a mechanical feed. Well, no, I mean, yeah, it would be more fun if it was making louder clackety clacks. I agree, but I don't think it'll ever compare to just the amount of fun I have actually physically putting lines on a paper. It's why, like, all ethical questions and other issues aside from, like, the AI conversation, I was never particularly interested in using it because, I like to actually have a thing be formed. Like, I like to form the thing myself, so it just becomes like a, oh, geez, that kind of thing. Looks kind of plastic. Plastic? I think it's glass. No, that's probably plastic. I'm tapping it. Yeah, that's probably a plastic thing. All right, you're right. You win this one. All right, all right. Don't get a freaking big head about it, though. Kind of do like a... I don't need much Cordy in the frame. The fun thing with Corny is he's going to be pretty hard to jump scare, so. She's not good at scaring to begin with, so this is going to be tough for her. But, you know, he's not going to let her know that. He's going to let her have her fun. Okay. Still need to frame it properly. It just isn't framed right yet, chat. Hold on. Essentially cut Corny out. Don't paste him again. Grab this and shoot a little wee. There. I think that'll work better. Okay. Corny being chill, getting ambushed. Yeah. Corny's pretty good at being chill about these sort of things. He's got the vibes, you know? He can tell the vibes of a situation, so he's sort of like, this was fine. She is harmless. I will be okay. Yes, exactly. Where's that fucking stupid drawing? Hold on. Da-da-da. Where would I have even stashed that? Imagine it just being sketches. But, yeah, it's been a joke that, you know, Corny's a hashtag empath. He has the power of empathy. Oh, boy. Where have you been hidden? I wouldn't be in there. I gotta find old stream, oh, there it is. Found it. Back when Corny was fucking long. He's an empath, actually. Corny rolls with the punches and pretends to be scared. She doesn't buy it because he oversells it. He's too corny. Alright. You're lucky that Emily is in here, or I would ask her to ban you, Izzy. Time you out for 24 hours. I could do it, but I am just such a lazy fucker. I just can't be bothered. Actually? Well, it was requested of me. It's really funny. In reality, he wouldn't pull it actually. I don't think. Corny's not the kid to be like, actually you about much. Maybe some ghost facts that he's found out through his experiences. Maybe he'd be like, well, actually, no, that's not, because he's less of like a actually, and he's like, no, that's not how it works. It works like this. And he gets really he gets uppity about it, I guess I would say. No, that's wrong. That's not true, because I did this. My Uncle Paul says, you know, he's that kid. That's who he is. You call my Uncle Paul a liar? You saying he's not telling the truth every day of the damn week? He is the nuh-uh kid. Oh, thank you, Enzo. No, no. Look, he's a boy with no tact. He may have the power of empathy, but that doesn't mean he's like, you know, able to employ it well. He is 12. He is 12 and he is unaware that he has this ability as well. It is a passive skill. How are you even going to find that out? You know what I mean? That's always been something interesting to me when people have characters with sort of a passive skill that they have, but they're sort of like completely aware of it. I find that interesting because I don't really know how that character would necessarily figure out that they have that in a lot of ways. I think it's much more realistic that a person just assumes everyone can do this and they choose not to. Especially in Corny's case, because it's related to something that no one in his sort of world knows about. Like in his world, as in the sense of on Earth, no one on Earth is going to be able to be like, ah, yes, you have a special soul, and it's allowing you to kind of almost harmonize with the souls of others around you, and therefore you kind of get a read on their state in like a vague sixth sense about other people. I don't think anyone's gonna be telling him that. He's just kind of goes, oh, you know, everyone can kind of feel how when someone's upset. Grave is so good at drawing that just from watching him draw, I can now vaguely draw hair. Oh, fuck. What the hell's going on today? Why is everyone being so nice? He's leaking his drawing skills, among other things. You guys haven't been eating the goo, have you? You guys haven't been sipping on my fucking sacred slime, have you? That's not what's been happening here, is it? You haven't been, like, taking a little sip of the graveyard Gatorade? That hasn't been what's happening here, is it? No! Spit that out right now! Get that out of your mouth! Mike, I swear to God. Like yelling at a dog. Hey, stop that! Get that out of your mouth right now! Get that out of there! No. Alicia's creative crafts. I don't trust that, no. We could not. I can't fucking. That's my goo. That's for me. My sacred slime. God damn it. I'm gonna have to. This is why I need mods. This is why I need moderators in my chat. It's to keep you, to watch you guys, so you're not like slurping from my grimy slime trail. Ad prison. Well, oh, you come in at a good time, cats. Hello. Why is there specifically 54 of you? You know, riddle me that one. What? So you're actually just one cat right now? That's false advertising. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. This is also, again, I was in such a kerfuffle today, chat, that this is also like the first time I've posted the like, oh hey, I'm live now thing after I've actually started streaming. It's bad. It was bad today. I don't even know what happened to me. Time just got away. It slipped through my fingers. My little fingies. Oh yeah, also this is not the character we're drawing for this. She's here. This is who we're drawing. I'm just throwing my character in there because, you know, it's always got to be about me, chat. It's always got to be about little old me. I realized I hadn't checked their permissions yet, so that's why I went completely silent there, chat. I was like, oh shit, I should actually check to see if I can include Corny. Or if, like, they're chill with me including Corny. And it says nothing against it, so that means it's happening. I've already lined the boy. Once again, it's one of those things where I'm like, man, if someone was like, hey, don't draw my character with other, like, your characters or other people's characters or something, I don't know if I'd ever just, I don't know if I'd just not attack that person on principle or something. I don't know. There's something about it that I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that, and therefore I will not attack you. That's probably a little strong, but I don't know. It's sort of like, I actually had someone ask for me to put the Gravekeeper on. Actually, I think Izzy has asked, but someone on, like, who found my profile actually asked me to put the Gravekeeper on there. And I was like, well, I don't do that on principle. Which is another kind of harder stance I have. I die on strange hills, chat. Every hill I go on to, I die on. Regardless of how petty. Oh, and there goes Sloth, dead. The woods got him. My Grimer movie, it's all about grave grime! Attack their character with throwing boiling water. Well, I wouldn't want to do that either. I agree, it is fun seeing other people's characters interacting with each other. That's like my whole thing. I love that shit. Eat that shit up. Num 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 num. Gimme. Hell yeah. It is my the place I am determined to be cringe free is, oh hey, having other people's characters interact with mine is cool, and I like to see it. Here we go. Hey, you know how you like being a contrarian? You should definitely not put the Gravekeeper on Artfight. He's probably too stinky for the masses. Anyway, what have I done that says I'm a contrarian? I'm not a contrarian. I have unpopular opinions. That's different. Izzy, I'm not a contrarian. I'm not against the typical narrative. Only some of them. Only the ones that are fucking stupid. Only the dumb ones. That's it just so happens that most of the typical narrative is stupid. You know, I suppose so. Sometimes. It is one of those things. I have been like, am I a contrarian before? I'm like, I feel bad because I'm like, oh no, I just think this thing's dumb. But that is the contrarian thing to say, so am I just fucking faking it? Am I just faking my hate? But I don't think so. I think you'd be more accurate in calling me just a bitter asshole than a contrarian. Honestly. I think that would more accurately describe my intent. Or I guess my motivations behind a lot of it. He's cynical. He has no joy in his heart. You know? Just hit me with one of those and I'll be like, oh, what? You're so right. I've got nothing to argue against. Unless, of course, me countering your general narrative that I am a contrarian is then also being contrary to the fact, you know, like, unless you're playing me, unless you're double bluffing me. You see? You've admitted, you said that you're not a contrarian, which in turn makes you a contrarian to my popular narrative. Therefore, I win by default. And at that point, I say hats off to you, Izzy. That's a really confusing way to go about proving that point. His bah humbug ass would never put Gravekeeper on Artfight. Fucking true! Fucking true! I don't know. Just one of those things. Gravekeeper isn't enough. Like, he is a character, but he's not enough of one yet. I guess. I don't know. He's for characters, not for my little dumb mascot, my little idiot. Okay. Love her stupid beak face. Come on. Come on, hands. Hold on, chat. I might need to shake it out a little bit. Here we go. Shake them fucking jowls. All right. Oh. Oh, why have I been so sneezy all fucking week? My hands are too sweaty to draw curves properly. That's gross. That's nasty. I don't know why you decided to share that with the class, but okay. Look, we can talk about my goo and my slime till the cows come home, but talking about sweaty palms, that's a step too far, EXO. Alright, apologize right now. At the end, yeah. Oh, Mike's got a question about Tob. Or I guess just general Hobbs. Do they speak English human languages or do they have their own language? Sound like Shy Guys from Mario? I'd have to listen to what a Shy Guy from Mario sounds like again. It's been a long time since I've heard one of them. But they do not speak English. They have their own little Muppet language. It's like, in our brain, it's just sort of like, I always default to Animal Crossing noises. You know, like, but I'm also kind of mixing it with, recently I've sort of been mixing it in my mind with, Pengu. With the sound it's fucking Pengu makes. So, I think you're more than welcome to kind of interpret your own sound for them until we've actually settled on the proper sound of it. But yes, they don't have a human language. They just make little noises. It's why they're so readily willing to smack you in the head with like a stone to get you to pay attention. Not Tob, though. He's nice. But other ones, you know. Yeah, exactly. Nerd. That would be a great thing to draw. Maybe that's something for Saturday. Because until then, I'm fucking busy. Go. Oh, come on. Sharpen that up a little bit. That'll work, I think. We might mess with the sort of eye shape a little bit, I guess. Like the inner eye shape, the hollow, I guess. A little hollow in there. There we go. Huh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm pretty happy already with my Artfight output in these streams. I guess for context, right? Last year I did 3 attacks. I have now done 3. Oh, or I guess I will have done 3 in 3 days because I don't think there's any way I don't get this one done. In the time allotted to me. I need to think of like a little thing to do with the background. That might take a little bit more time. It won't be a full scene, chat. It's not going to be a full scene, but I'd like to do something like I did with the Porter one, where they have something going on. So, I need to think of that, I suppose. Yes. Yes. Come on, hand. We got there. We got through in the end, chat. Go. A little bit of this. There we go. Hello. Good morning. Greeno. Make it trees with a moon in view. Has a giant skull shape in it. Exo, that would be a full scene. I said I didn't want to do a full scene, and you went, hey, here's a full scene idea for you. Getting this eye shape right is going to be a little bit annoying, I think, chat. But we'll get there. this sort of thing. There we go. Ghost door. I wasn't... I don't need suggestions right now. I will figure it out when I get there, and if I can't, then I'll ask for suggestions. But until then, I'll just go scribble. I was just thinking out loud. I'm really good at eyes? Well, thank you, but this inner part begs to differ! Hi, Josh. It frustrates me. No, you're fine. You're fine, Exo. You didn't misunderstand or nothing. There we go. Yeah, okay. I was like, something was feeling wrong, but I'm starting to warm up to it. Chat. She's got a big old hair thing. What it is, I don't know, but she's got it. Just a big pump of hair. And she's like her whole lore thing, I guess, is she's sort of like an actual cartoon. I guess the person has sort of like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit sort of story, that these characters are for. So I'm gonna try and incorporate that with those really big sausagey fingers. If my hand would work! Oh! There we go. Just like Bendy. Dude, you're so right, Josh. Wow. Just like that one mascot horror game, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah. And his terrible ink machine. Chat, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I remember watching a playthrough of that game. I still don't fully know what the ink machine is. I think it's just the thing that brought them to life. I think that's what the ink machine is. It's just it made the cartoons alive. I think. It's been a bit. And I'm just like, what? Why did it turn them evil, chat? But it shivered your timbers too badly. No one really well, I know no one really cares anymore, but like I can bring it up and talk about it and be like, huh. Why did I can ask the question, what was the ink machine? And why did it make them evil? Exo is spreading false information in my chat. Cool, cool, cool. We love to see it. Actually, think I should put this hand back. I don't want, like... She's leaning back. There might be a little bit of post hoc editing of the pose chat a little bit. She's sort of... She's doing the little float thing. We'll get there. We'll get there. The coolest thing about Bendy was all the cool, awesome, badass fan songs that are all so cool, but again, couldn't listen to them because of my timbers. Dude, you gotta get those timbers checked out. I think you might have, like, a condition. There is no way they should be shivering that much. Have you thought about turning up your thermostat? Dude's fucking quaking in his boots over there. Gosh darn ridiculous. All I know about Bendy, again, like, I watched a little playthrough of it ages ago, and I was like, man, this ain't great. And then it got worse, and then I was like, oh, hey, they've got merch. It was like the first big one to do that, right? Bendy and the Ink Machine was the first big sort of mascot horror property to be like, hey, we have merch right out the gate, like signed deals and stuff for you to pay for this, like, they tried to merchandise the game more than make a game, if that makes sense, which they all do now, but it was sort of the first one to do that back in the day. The style of the game, it felt unique compared to all the other horror games, but that's just, so Cat, that's just its look though, because the actual gameplay of Bendy is just every other horror game ever. Like, the actual design of Bendy and the Ink Machine is your standard Amnesia, like, an Amnesia, like, indie horror game. Yeah, sure, it has its own unique look, but the actual game itself was incredibly generic. But yeah, that is not an insult to Amnesia, it's more of just an insult to what that kind of game is, I guess. But that's the thing. They made a game with a unique style, but it didn't have any interesting gameplay at all. It was fucking awful. Bendy was pretty cheap to make too, wasn't it? Probably. I think, yeah, probably. And also, before FNAF, yeah. Like, because the thing with the first FNAF game is it just was like this little free thing that they put out. And then I think it took till the second game for it to get, like, any kind of merchandising thing. I think Bendy was just that right out of the gate. Feels like a story that would have been told out better. Well, okay, here's my thing with that, Jam. I'm just like, well, no, you could make something interesting gameplay-wise. They just didn't, because that wasn't what the interest was. Their interest wasn't in making a good game, or like telling a story via gameplay. It was, I have my little tale to tell, and I don't give a shit about gameplay whatsoever, but I want to make a game because that horror games are popular right now. Because that was made at like the peak indie horror game time period. And they were like, I'm gonna do it, and it was just, it was just generic. It was just like, you know, they did the thing where they got the YouTubers to voice in it, and it's very apparent what it was, I guess. Which is unfortunate. Because for me, I would always appreciate, you know, more good things than less good things, but holy crap. That's, you know, game design is something it's sort of like storytelling with me, chat. I have tons and tons of opinions on it that I don't think many people think about or consider, and it annoys the piss out of me because of how just, I guess, generic a lot of the gaming space is. Like, I mean, how many... Let me think of it. Like, there's so many games in a genre. I think I've done the farming sim rant here before. Numerous times, probably. But that's a big one for me. Like, that's one for me, is just, like, the fact that farming sims all have to be, like, extremely casual Stardew Valley knockoffs. They can't think of doing anything different. It's just, no, I have to be Stardew Valley. But the issue is, Stardew Valley exists, so why would I want your product? Oh, well, you see, it's cozier. Uh-huh. But the thing that made Stardew Valley interesting to me wasn't that it was just cozy. I don't know why that's a thing. So consistently. I also like that they had little official cartoons with Bendy. I would say it had potential to be something more. The story is nostalgic to me, but looking at it now, like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, insert any mascot horror thing ever. And that's sort of the vibe I get from people. It's just, oh, you know, it's nostalgic for me, but I don't know what the hell's going on. Story? What? I don't even know, really, you know? It's just, it is a unfortunate side effect of the fact that horror is not exactly taken particularly serious as a genre. It is a side effect of that, in that you will just get people who will eat up the most generic of slop and be like, ah, yes, thank you. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I wonder if there are people out there that legit don't care and will just play any and all variant of, like, farm sim or whatever. There must be. I mean, I think there is. I think there's a huge market for it. I think a lot of people who, I guess, look for sort of I will call it the casual genre, I guess. The casual genre. They don't actually want to really engage when they play a game. They want something that they can simply... It's almost like, they're almost like a video game fidget spinner. It's just something to keep your hands moving. It's not gonna invest much challenge or thought in, like, on you. It's not gonna impose itself. It's something you do after work where you don't have to think about it a whole lot and you don't have to, like, engage, and you can just sort of rot in it. It's sort of in a way the I would say it's less harmful because there's probably at least a little bit of thought process going on, but it is like a less harmful version of doom scrolling, but for video games. No, you see, my cozy farming sim is better because you can marry a silly frog dude and he has lore. Well, here's the thing. Okay, a big one for me, one thing I don't understand is, like, why can't you have it that in your farming sim, you have, like, characters have conversations that you can, like, just overhear? I think that would be such a fun mechanic to have, and it would actually make characters more engaging than just, ah, yes, my farm ship rep, like, my friendship rep that I have to do to get 100% completion generator. Like, if you could just walk around town and you could see, Timby Flimby saying, oh, gee willikers, did you that storm last night? It's not much, you know, it doesn't have to be a ton, but I don't know, it would make the world feel a lot more alive, I think. I think it would make the world feel very lived in, and like it exists without your input, I guess, which is something much of that genre lacks. You want a world that you can immerse yourself in, and to do that, generally speaking, you need it to not care if you're there or not. I don't know. I don't know. Fire Emblem Three Houses social aspect, but it's cozy farm sim. That sounds great, actually. Well, okay, another thing, too, is, like, if you look at, let's go with, like, Thousand Year Door actually did this, where you could walk around and there's just people talking in the background. Like, that's a good thing. That's a thing you want. That makes your world feel alive and immerses you in it. The fucking Paper Mario game from God, what, like 2007? I just don't know, guys. I just don't know. It's sort of like the, it's certain, I guess people just call them friend slot games now, but I had like a different name for specifically like lethal likes is what I call them. Games that are trying to do Lethal Company. Lethal Company is a really good game. I like it quite a bit. It has so much, like an absurd amount of potential with the genre it kind of builds. Fucking like zero amount of people who have made lethal-like games actually do anything with the genre. Like at all. It's ridiculous. It's crazy to me. Something with so much potential. Like, why don't you have, I've talked about this before, but why don't you have, like, oh, you're gonna bring this, like, object onto your ship or whatever. Like, you're gonna bring this object onto your ship. Why not do some of the Sea of Thieves things? Like, oh, this one's going to actually have it that your ship slowly breaks down. So it's really valuable, but you actually are gonna have to sell it faster than you normally would. Like, you're waiting for the, with Lethal Company, there's like the wait till the last day. Why don't you just do that? And then, like, there all these decisions. Why not have it that you can get items that actually improve your ship if you keep them on there, so you actually don't want to sell those ones? Because absolutely how all of them work now is you just go into place, pull something out, and then you sell it immediately, or you wait till like you can't hold it anymore and then sell everything in bulk. Like, there's no decision making that has to go on with any of it. It's just grab and throw. Yeah, Phasmophobia came out before Lethal Company, but to say those are the same kind of game, I think, is disingenuous. Like, Lethal Company and Phasmophobia are nowhere near the same type of game. But I would say Phasmophobia games have the same issue in a lot of ways. They all are just trying to be Phasmophobia instead of trying to actually build on the genre in any way. It's sort of tragic. You look at it, you're like, fucking hell, where's the creativity, you know? At least that's what I do when I see that shit. I'm like, where's the creativity, guys? You're the indie space. That's like supposed to be your thing. You're supposed to do the wacky and zany stuff. Where is it? Well, there's the ghost. I don't know. There is just an aspect of, I guess, my gaming rant. There's so much. I subscribe to the idea that games aren't necessarily being built to be fun. You should be building them to relay an experience, and you should be trying to do everything you can to relay that experience. Down to, you know, your UI elements and everything like that. Give me more whimsy. I would like more whimsy. I would appreciate more earnestness, you know, in it. It's just, there's a lot of people who are, it's sort of the thing of gaming is a bit of a solved game in a lot of ways. Like, people know the buttons to push to make the people like it. There's a reason that sort of, you know, looter shooters, I guess not looters, hero shooters and live service games have sort of risen to the top of the market, and it's just like, okay, I guess, fine. And it's like, even when people are trying to bring back an old genre, like, oh, I'm trying to make a game that's reminiscent of, let's say I'm trying to make a 3D platformer reminiscent of Banjo-Kazooie and old collectathons. The issue with that is going to be that they're just going to make something that is a pale copy of Banjo-Kazooie. They're not going to try and do anything new with it, and it sucks. It's not, oh, I'm inspired by this, so I want to make something, and like push something forward. It's, oh no, I want to just make the thing again. I don't know. Rant over. rant over as I draw this silly ghost on Artfight. What if the experience they want to relay is fun? Well, okay, so here's the thing, Izzy. I'm like, it's not that fun isn't a factor. It's just like, if you want to make your game fun, I feel like then you have to actually go back to the drawing board and figure out how you want to make it fun. Like, okay, you want to make your game fun, you need more than that. How are you going to create the experience of fun? Fun is like a byproduct of the goal, if that makes sense, because I wouldn't even necessarily say fun is an experience, right? Like, fun is like a positive byproduct. I've got a counterpoint. There are 0 vehicular combat games in the modern day. All the ones there are were really inaccessible. If someone made a game that was just Twisted Metal but modern, I would love that. Well, here's the thing. Maybe it's just a factor of like, I guess for me, I like to see new things. I want to see new sort of experiences, I guess. I can understand it in some degree, for sure, but there is a level for me where I'm like, I want to see someone make something new. I think that would be really cool, I guess. Because I suppose it's probably partially down to saturation as well. Because, like you said, there's no vehicular combat games. So it's like that is an undersaturated market, but there's lots of markets. Like, let's say the farming sim game that is oversaturated and no one's doing anything new with it. So I'm like, could we get something new in here? So that's probably, that's a factor to consider as well. I will concede that. Depends a bit on market. And like accessibility is also probably a factor too. Like if you were able to just easily play Twisted Metal whenever you wanted, you would probably be like, well, do I need just a modern Twisted Metal when I have the old Twisted Metal that's just as good and people like still use and play and shit? You know what I mean? There's probably a level of accessibility as a factor too. I'm actually shocked that there's no vehicle combat games. I feel like that would have been a common genre. It's really weird that it's not. I guess though, chat, you gotta let me know. Is there like any modern, is there any like indie racing games? Is that like a thing that people make? Usually the problem of a developer just copying the OG game would be that it ended up as the game that serves an inspiration, but worse. Yeah, exactly. That's my point too, Alistair. It's just like, oh, so you made the game, but like you haven't added anything and it's just like not as inspired. Okay, there are racing ones? Okay. Interesting. Well, okay, so because the reason I was asking that question is like I feel like a vehicular combat game is just a racing game with with an added step. I feel like it would make a lot of sense for people to just make that, I guess. I'm saying it's weird that they don't exist out there. I guess, is what I'm saying. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Huh. There are just genres that are simply forgotten to time. The great forgotten genre for me, chat, is like the old style of fucking 3D like adventure games. Like my word, the state of like Zelda inspired like old Ocarina and Majora's Mask inspired adventure games is a hellscape. It is a horrific hellscape. There is nothing of value out there. It's very odd. No, Izzy, I think you misunderstand. I'm not saying that they are inferior. It's more about the fact of like, if you've already got the racing controller figured out, you know? That's more what I'm talking about. It's like, well, you figured out cars. Now you just have to put guns on them and make them fight. I feel like you could do that and it wouldn't be that much more difficult. Yeah, exactly. More games like Ratchet & Clank. That's fitting in the same zone of like the 3D adventure games. They just don't happen. They just don't happen anymore. And it's tragic because it's probably one of my favorite genres ever. I wish there was more sort of kooky attempts at stuff like that. Where bring me back to the era of really weird ass PS2 games, you know? Oh, you were a I was a fan of Jak and Daxter. I've only played the first one, but I liked it quite a bit. That's my thing. Again, it feels sort of, the indie space feels very much like it's trying to do either incredibly niche things, which can be good at some points, or it's sort of falling into typical indie, I guess I would probably call it. Like, the amount of 2D platformers that exist out there. And hey, nothing wrong with 2D platformers, but the sheer amount of them, ridiculous. And I suppose that's probably partially down to just ease of creation. But I also haven't found many that sort of inspire the same level of, wow, this is something really interesting, as sort of the old classics did. So, you know. Fumes. It's probably a bit of a factor, too. It's sort of like with stories, chat. Games are probably... games are similar in a lot of ways. Is you kind of need to be able to make a good story in a lot of ways. That's what I think sets a lot of those old games apart, is they have some very endearing and encapsulating stories and worlds. Like they again, it all comes back. I think it all just comes back to my feeling of I want something very earnest. I want something earnest, and a lot of sort of the 3D adventure games are more of playing on nostalgia than trying to create something earnestly. It's interesting to me how often that happens. Playing games like Jak and Daxter, Ratchet & Clank, and Sly Cooper, those were fun for me back then. I love Sly Cooper too. Well, I mean, yeah, those games are great. I love those games. It's just, I want someone to make them earnestly. I don't know. I want to see one of these and be like, you were just trying to make something cool. You're not trying to harken back to a bygone era. You just wanted to make something cool, and you thought this would be a fun way to do it. Oddly enough, whenever I look at these sort of what the market for those 3D kind of games have now, I weirdly get a lot of like I get a lot of, like, environmental games, like games with an environmentalist message, which is, like, fine. It's just like a, huh. But with games that are trying to send an environmentalist message, they tend to have a certain vibe to them, like a flavor. It's sort of they've sort of fallen into the cozy game pit that a lot of farming games have as well. Farming sims have as well. So thank you, Emily. Also, thank you for the follow, Minstrel Wins. I'm glad this random rant of mine about video games has been entertaining as I scribble this silly ghost. Speaking of, we're getting there. Do. Scale this hand up so it matches the other one, first of all. Repair my dangle lines. There we are. What do you mean it's been an hour and a half? What the? Is this still a bad advice only stream? All my streams are bad advice only. That's all of them. I don't think I've given any advice yet, though. Alana, to be fair, I don't think I've given any advice yet. Unless there's any prospective game developers in here. And really, even then, I'm not giving you advice. I'm saying, please make what I want you to make, you know? Is that advice or is that a demand? It's only bad advice, not terrible advice? I see. You dropped in right as the conversation turned to your interest. How dare you? Everything I say should be of your interest now. That's what a follow means. That means you're subscribing to my ideology. That's how it works. Oh, you didn't know what you were signing up for. Where's the line drawn between bad and terrible advice? You get to make that decision yourself, and that's the fun part. You've subscribed to my cauldron? I don't think I've ever drawn the Gravekeeper with a cauldron. You don't know that the Gravekeeper has a cauldron. Maybe he brews all of his evil tonics and wizardries in like a massive open pit. You know? A great open grave of slime. Of art skill providing slime that none of you should be drinking. I will not be held liable for the cancer you'll all get, alright? I'm not dealing with any lawsuits, okay? No, I'm not gonna let you have this. No, I refuse. Morb, no. You don't get it. How's this stream been so far? What's got you on game? Just random conversation. I think it was, yeah, okay, it all started from Josh bringing up Bendy's ink machine. And we've kind of just spiraled from there. No, you weren't supposed to drink it, Emily. Emily, you weren't supposed to drink. Is that why your art's been getting better? You've been drinking my slime? My grave goop? You don't put that in your mouth. Why would you even think to put that in your mouth? Why'd he bring up Bendy? Because he's Josh and he just brings up random bullshit. Literally no reason. We should kill that guy. What? It started a great big old conversation where I got to rant about how shit video games are now. Video games have lots of problems right now, but also there had never been a better time for them. It's a weird dichotomy, and it's mostly just down to the sheer volume, I would honestly say. Volume and access for a lot of them. So it's really great, but, yeah. We need a new Lemmings game. Grime Coop, the new protein shake. I'm pretty sure we've made a Grime Coop protein shake joke before. Also, forget art right now. Writing is where it's at. Oh yeah, you're on a writing roll, Emily, behind the fucking desk. Are you on a writing roll, Emily? Are you doing it? Are you doing it? Fellas, she might be doing it. Probably actually more like a this sort of deal. There we go. Hello. I think I figured out the ib thing of the movie. Oh well, there you go. That's good. That's good. One day I will join you on those lofty heights of knowing what the fuck I'm doing. Been lurking all stream. I like the concept of helping your boyfriend sleep is just you sort of like bopping them in the head with like a hammer until they go to bed. Don't worry, I was just helping them. Clonk. Oh, okay, basically. Okay, good to know. Only on a Gravegrime stream does a viewer just straight up admit to murder. No other place will you get that kind of entertainment value, chat. So remember, subscribe, sell your soul. Well, I guess on Twitch at least it's follow, but sell your soul. Never leave the graveyard. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad, chat. It's not murder. It's just grievous bodily harm. It's fine. It's just assault. It's not murder. That's a lesser charge. That's only 10 years. Come on. Why are you being so serious about it? Come on. Consensual assault and battery? I don't know if that makes it better. I don't know the legal precedent there. I think giving her kind of flowy hair would be fun. Yes. Your Honor, he said it was chill. He said, hit me in the head as hard as I guess maybe you would just get it knocked down to, like, negligence, perhaps? Something? I feel like there's a charge in there. I don't think you can sign a contract that's like, yeah, this guy, he's allowed to kill me. And it not be treated as that, yeah? I don't know. The hair. This sort of thing. And like a hair goes up here. Kinda. There's like a scenario going on. Also, I saw earlier, Emily continues to fight my battles for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really, it's all just, you know, I'm just a little bastard. I just take the credit for everything, but she's really the one behind it all. For sure, definitely, for real. Remind of a story about a guy who consented to be eaten while being recorded. Yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing that happened. I don't think you can see the video. I'm pretty sure that's like locked up. Pretty sure that's not able to be seen. People are strange, chat. People are odd. They do odd things. They do strange and odd things. This is my bad advice only, guys, alright? Don't get eaten by a cannibal. Alright? That's my bad advice for this stream. Don't get eaten by a cannibal. I tapped the side of my head. There you go. Don't feed his ego. Who, mine? Or Emily's? Mine? Don't feed my ego. But my ego's so small and itty bitty, guys. Come on. I could use a little bit, a little pick-me-up, a little boost. Come on. Gravekeeper become green? That's his superpower? What, like the Hulk? I gotta get water. I'm gonna mule that over for the Hulk. The Grave Grime Hulk, otherwise known as the Gulk. Which is just awful. Why would you want to see the Gulk? Ugh. Even saying it hurts, you know? Let's take her. That's gonna... A little late to not feed my ego. It's kind of like maintaining a zoo animal. You gotta do something for enrichment. Alright. Fucking unbelievable. I paid you a fucking compliment, and you turn around and you spit in my mouth. You go, patooey, and I go, ugh. You get me to gulk. Unbelievable. I am the kindest soul around, and everyone's out to get me, and I just don't understand why. I just don't get it. You know? I'm kind to everyone. Absolutely everyone. I've never done a thing wrong in my life. I've never done anything incorrect. I've always been correct. And here you people are. Unbelievable. I've been nothing but good. You people fucking need me. You need my goo. You've said as much. You'll take over my gravekeeping gig when you die of old age? No, you won't. What? What do you mean? I'm burning the graveyard down with me. What do you mean you're getting my role? That's not how this works. That's not what's happening at all. No, it's going up in flames with all of you in it. What do you mean? Inheritance? What? Huh? We don't do that here. What the? It's how it works. Well, no, it doesn't. That's not at all how inheritance works. I get to decide if I have a will. I get to decide where it all goes. And I say it all goes into the big old furnace. All my piles and piles of gold go into the big furnace. Yeah, exactly. It's the greatest final thing I could do. I think Emily would kill me if I died and passed down my community to her. I'm gonna be real. I think she would turn her nose up at it and, like, resell it. Like a RuneScape account or something. I don't think she wants it. She's happy to be there as long as I'm the one who has to take on the brunt of it all. Yeah, like a RuneScape account. Yeah. You'd sell it off to the first influencer who'd buy it. Well, there you go. You got your first customer. No, Exo, I think you're misunderstanding. There would not be any puppeteering going on. She fucking hates you guys more than anything. Her toxicity chat is like ridiculous. The things she says behind closed doors. Earnestly would make, you know, make Satan blush. Foul creature. I'm gonna make a... These are my... These are my grindlings, Emily. I want you to have them. That would also be pretty good. Look at how well you have them fooled, Emily. Look at how well you've got them... She's tricking you, chat. She's tricking you. And you guys are falling for it. It's pathetic. It's disgusting. Who's playing who, chat? Who's playing who? Let's be real, they'd all leave because I'm nowhere near as entertaining. True. Fucking true. You're done waking up. Time to lock in on attack. Oh, well, there you go. Join me on my journey. Whoop. Okay. Probably do this color. Like a that. And shoes. Yes. And probably hair. Would be the other thing to do. Yeah. I did this stupid, but it's fine. It's okay. I'm not mad. I messed up those fingers as well. It's okay. I'm not mad. There we go. He's a little mad. No! You've got no proof. You've got no evidence of anger in my heart. Ugh. Blue. True. I kind of want to change this. What's this? It'll just end up looking better in the long run. Boom. And then we do the little flowers. there. She got like a little flower up, up here. There. And probably one on her back there. Sure. Okay. Could be blurred. Fucking... Stop rage baiting me! Stop it! Not fair! You don't live the life I live. You don't have to fight these battles, Emily. You don't understand. You don't understand the plight of an artiste, alright? You don't get it. Speaking of blue, I should probably continue lining your character. I mean, I guess they're blue. I'm gonna assume they're blue, but that is sort of out of nowhere. You know, speaking of, like... You know, speaking of the shrinking middle class, I should really, like, go to work. It's like, yeah, I guess they're tangentially related, but... I feel like, I feel like there might be a couple of steps taken to reach it. You hope I vaporize? Oh, wait. Just so you know, Emily, just so you're aware, I had completely forgotten why you would... I thought you were just saying that to say it. I was like, what did I do? I remember. I remember now. Listen here, Emily. You listen here, alright? Maybe if you drew a picture, you know, you could be called an artist. I don't know. Maybe if that ever happened. I'm sorry, what was that? I'm sorry, I can't hear you over your one attack. You're so far down there. Strange. Huh, that's weird. She's seething, guys. You can tell. She's so mad at me. I can't hear you over stable income. Fuck! Shit! No! No! Stream's fucking over, guys. She fucking got me. I'm done. I'm not actually done, but you know, fuck. Fuck. Shit. Alright. Okay. I'll be the bigger man. I mean, I can't not be the bigger man, but I'll be the bigger man. I know when I'm got. And she fucking got me. Ran out of budget. I just... Chat, you're not gonna look at me different now, are you? Personally, you think I just have to lock in? Skelly? You right, but like it hurts that you say it, you know? It hurts that you say it, and that's mean to me, and now I say, Emily, it's time, ban. You got him right where you want him, it's time to ban him. Get rid of him. Get him out of here. Time. You know what to do. Ugh. You think there's loyalty here? You fucking stupid idiot. There's no loyalty. She's a little chaos creature. You can't look at me. You've been a good girl this year. No, you haven't. You literally just admitted to assaulting your boyfriend. What do you mean you've been good? The first thing you said coming in here was, oh, hey, I just assaulted my boyfriend to put him to sleep. What are you talking about? I've done nothing wrong ever. I'm glad to see how you perceive, you know, your assault on your significant other. No, I didn't do anything wrong. They were asking for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, alright. That's what definitely not what an abuser would say. Curious that. Strange. Interesting even. How plead you? Can we have a witness? No. No, a witness implies a fair trial. And there are no fair trials here. It's not even the court of public opinion. You're just in the graveyard gulag, really. There's no help coming for any of you. You're stuck. You've already been disappeared, as they say. It's done. I'm sorry. Kangaroo court? I'm not Australian. We don't allow those beasts in here. Grime Garoo court? Closer. I'd like to call it Goblin court. I think Goblin court works better. Just a court full of little goblins. Phoenix Grime Grave Attorney. Also, I flatted this character, guys, and we're only about 2 hours in. Go me. Yippee! The hard part's going to be when I decide that, oh, hey, what am I going to do for the background? God damn it. There we go. I rub my hands together. I go, So, I'm sort of in my own brain right now, chat, as I'm doing this. I apologize for going completely silent again. It just happens. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm in my head, I'm like, okay, what do I gotta do for next stream? What do I have to have set up? And I'm like, okay, I gotta get the next illustration thumbed out, which, I mean, is probably going to be the ghost mechanic, probably, because I have that one mostly thumbed as it is. So it'd be just figuring that one out and it'd be the fastest, but at the same time, I'm like, who knows? I drew a corny and it make me smile, so maybe we'll get something. Maybe we'll get some kind of Reaper ensemble or something. I've got options, and I'm going through them in my head, and I'm like, what do I have fucking time to do between this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, because I also have to work on commissions, which, you know, thanks to anyone who's got one who might be in here. I appreciate that. There we go. More corny. It's just more corny. It's not even an art fight attack. It's just more corny. I just do a sheet of corny. I don't even know why I say that like it's outside of the possibility. I'm sure people would turn up at least initially to see a bunch of cornies being drawn. I don't know how many of them would stay. He doesn't exactly have the stay power that some of the other Grimdeeds characters have. But, you know, I like him still. Where's my Grimdeeds? Because I need his little shirt. I really just need to make this a material at some point, but I want to redo it before I do that. So there's a bit of a dilemma there. Go. Ah, shit. Why is... Weird. There. That was odd. Nice. There we go. Corny. Evolution of mold corny. It's just a bunch of him getting progressively moldier. I'm punching ghosts. I am. I'm giving him a pummel. She's all colored. Kind of want to go, where are your little... I might do the thing I was doing last time, chat. I might give it a little outline. Yeah, I think that helps him stand out a tiny smidge. Doing what the Ghostbusters couldn't. Is that really much of a... Is that really much of like a boon, though? The Ghostbusters kind of bad at their jobs, let's be real, chat. They weren't very good at it. I think the Ghostbusters just gotta lock in. True. True. Sorry, chat. I'm thinking about backgrounds and stuff. Might do sort of... Here, actually, I can show what I'm potentially pondering. You're up here. Kind of like... Because, like, I could just put him in a graveyard, potentially. Like, I could do something like this. Where it's, like, a really simple graveyard. That probably wouldn't be awful. I click my tongue as I think. I go, Oh, well, thank you. Yes. Yeah, I might do that. It feels fitting. For now. I don't want to... I want to crop it differently still. Something's off about its cropping. I need to fix that. Whoa. Yeah. Let's grab Corny himself. Something like that, maybe. Oh, all the little funny poking and prodding I do. If Grimdeeds was a serialized TV show, they should have an episode called Corn on the Cob or something to cross-promote Fairywood's. He's so fucking right. Technically, I could. Technically, they could, because, you know, Grimdeeds can go into other worlds, and I don't think there's anything in the Fairywoods that would, like, inherently break anything going on in Grimdeeds, which is really funny. Grimdeeds is quite versatile that way. Emily's like, shit. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Don't go too crazy now, Emily. Hold on. Wait. Where does little... There we go. Like, where does little eye shine go? We found him, chat. We found him. Do a... hard light. Like this, perhaps. It's like backlit by the spooky ghost. No deal. No. I do have a lot. I do sort of like this technique. I think it's fun. Because I can still hit it with more of the color I want as well. I can get a little tiny thing in here and sort of. That's too small. It's too big. That probably works. That's fine. Grimdeeds exist everywhere. Flavor of visiting. Grimdeeds. Yippee! Ib. Oh no. True. True. Actually, Emily. A bit off topic, but I did find some little characters while I was browsing Artfight desperately today, that you might enjoy. So I might send those over, when I'm done with stream. They might be a little skater crew. So, and I know you've been looking for one of those little monster skater crew. Yes, I gotta check them first. I gotta check them first is all. Gotta give them a look-see, because they might... I might be wrong. One of them had a skateboard. One of them had a little skateboard, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, come on. Yes, because I have gone on a journey today, trying to find something to attack. And I didn't really find what I was looking for. I mean, I like them well enough. It's just, It was a funny time. It was an experience. Do I need to send a reminder message in Discord so the streamer amnesia? No, because I have the I have them open. If that makes sense. They're like in a tab on my monitor, like on my browser right now. Like I haven't looked at them myself too much, so I haven't bookmarked them. Yeah, we're good. We're good. You don't have to be like, did you remember? Did you remember to not be stupid? Mr. Streamer. It would be a fun section to throw into my Discord, like, once a year, but to have, like, a character suggestion box, for Artfight. However, the problem that comes with that is I think people would just throw their own characters in there, and that's not what it would be intended for. Would be the only problem. But we'll have fun. Hope you blow up queer attacking. I mean, I hope so. We'll see. You're getting rid of Deltarune songs, but they're spaghetti western arrangements. That's interesting. Remember to take your smart pills, Mr. Streamer. Chat, I do have smart pills I need to take. Well, I don't need to take them. I try to take fish oil because it's good for your brain, but I haven't in so long. I really should again. Wait, I was joking. No, yeah, my brain not broken. My brain not broken yet. But no, I try and take fish oil supplements to help with the old noggin. Keep the old noggin jogging, you know? Alright, let's put that maybe to like a purple. Made me brain work good 2 time. So I finish my revenge, I'm gonna finally get to work on your mass attack. I see. Fill me in, chat. Fill me in, please. What's the appeal of mass attacks? Like, why do you guys like doing them? Or is it just like oh hey, I just want to draw a bunch of characters, but I don't want to think up like a scenario necessarily. So they're just gonna all happen. It's just gonna be a big pile. Because I could understand that. I'm just curious if that's like the motivation behind them most of the time. Or is it just to see point total go burr? Oh, you have a scenario in mind. I see. Number go up? I see. I guess is that also the motivation behind like revenges and stuff? I guess not revenges, but like revenge chains. Because I don't think I've ever actually done a revenge chain, like ever. So I guess like is the motivation there number go up burr, or is it sort of they drew me something, I'm gonna get them back? What's the plot there? Thank you, Dylan. Very insightful. This or that. Color over it. Maybe change this to what does that do for me? Color? No. Maybe color if I take this and then sort of more here. Yeah, that'll work. That's fine. For now. For now! Okay. Yeah, not gonna lie, I don't know why revenge chains are a thing. I feel like doing 1 attack and 1 revenge each is a nice art trade thing. Revenge train's mostly fun when me and my friends constantly try to one-up each other. Okay, you see, that one I understand more. I get the idea of you attack a friend, they attack you back, then you attack them, and so on and so forth. There is a level of like, wouldn't you want to attack other people though? But at the same time, I get that for sure. Above it all. Whoop. Oh, jeez, want to do that. Yeah, I guess I was mostly thinking about it in terms of strangers. Art measuring contest, revenge chain. Okay. Okay, Mr. Grime, I'm going to put you in the background where I work on my OC. In case I don't see you again, have a good rest of your stream. Thank you. Thank you, I suppose. Alright. Okay, Mr. Streamer, I'm putting you in the box now. Goodbye! That's what that was. That's what that was. They put me in the fucking box, chat! Goodbye! Fuck. They fucking benched me, dude. It was! Goodbye! I have to go assail my boyfriend again. This is a fun way to shade. I like how it looks a lot. That's a good corny. You just attack, you see any character that catches your attention? That's what I do. That's what I do as well. That's my game. Alright, with this one, I'm gonna have to put it above. Work with the lines. And new layer. No, not new layer. Layer mask. Mask outside. Oh. It's like, why isn't it coloring things? What's going on? What's happening? Kind of a this sort of scenario. Yay. Okay. Corny is and always will be the best. True. True. I like to start Artfight by drawing friends who have been waiting to draw but couldn't because stupid motivation. Once I'm done suplexing my friends off a cliff, I target the next unfortunate soul. I see. I see. I shouldn't do it, but I actually tend to go for friends last because I'm like, I can draw stuff for my friends whenever. And have stuff. For me, it's sort of like a... I can do this later. And then many a time I simply don't get to them, which is tragic. I hope to solve that this time, but you know. You know me. I'm all talk. This is gonna look kind of messy, because of the colored lines and stuff, but we will get there, chat. Don't worry. And it's like not too messy, but it's like a little messy, sort of in this kind of zone. And that will be corrected. Just kind of have to do it this way at the beginning. Do that. There we go. Will Grime actually draw his friends last, or will he be unable to do so again this year? Find out next time in the next episode of Grave Grime G. What does the G stand for? What does the third G stand for? What's GGG? One thing I'd love to learn is how you think out a background, because I always get stumped when I reach that point. Grave Grime Gallows? There we go. That's a good one. Goop? Also a good one. How I think out a background? Well, for something like this, where, to be frank, the background is going to be just something to add some visual interest to the image. A lot of the time when I'm making a background, I'm just like, oh, I already had an idea for how they would exist in it to begin with. I'm creating a scenario, right? And so in that scenario, like, they have to exist in a world. So I just sort of try and find an interesting way to put them in said world. A lot of it is sort of, I guess, things I've picked up along the way, and sort of internalized accidentally, if that makes sense. Like, it's not... I wasn't really taught how to, like, composition or anything. It's something I've sort of been teaching myself, and to be frank, I don't think I'm that good at it. Though people tend to say I am, so I could just be self-conscious in that regard. But it's like, I sort of, there's a look, I guess. Like, people's eyes tend to follow a path, okay? Like, Corny's eyes are pointed this way, so he's looking back. I don't want anything to sort of take away from these two, so the background is going to try and push you, not even towards Corny. It's not even going to point you towards Corny. I want everything to push you up towards, fucking... What was her name? Chat, what was her name? Specty. I want everything to kind of push us towards Specty, so when I put in the background here, it will likely be sort of stuff that's aiming you towards her, is probably what's going to happen. I don't think I'm doing anything particularly complicated. In the set, I don't think I'm that great at composition, so it's not anything particularly complicated. Composition can be very complicated. I just am trying to push you toward your eyes where I want them to go. And then, like, the other part of it, I guess, just comes from the fact that before I wanted to be an artist of any fashion, I wanted to be a director, and so I did lots of research into film composition and what film composition says, and tells you about a scene, and so I use that a lot. I try and stage all my drawings like a screenshot from a film, which is why so many of them are in you know, 16:9. There you go. Grim Gallows. I think the G stands for garbage. This fucking Izzy guy, dude. This fucking Izzy guy. I imagine a moon right behind her to keep the eyes focused on her, but that's just me. We'll see when I get there. We'll see. First, I need to actually make sure that they're colored nicely. I don't think I'll put any shading on their face, really. I'd like to keep that as just one big old block of color. That'll look nice. I hope that answered a little bit of... I guess I hope that gave you something to mull over, Morb. I sort of I just went on a random tangent about how I try and think about these things. Aid may vary because I think I have a better grasp of writing than I necessarily do art. Or I guess I'm more confident in giving advice on that than I am on art. There we are. Yeah, it makes sense to make your eye follow toward interest. I was thinking more of a what to use, if that makes sense. Colors. Oh, okay. Colors. Things like colors and stuff, it comes down to what you're trying to achieve a lot of the time for me. Like, if I want something... A lot of it, like, think about, symbolic color choices. Like, cool colors tend to make a more apprehensive scene in a lot of ways. You know, red can be a more violent kind of color. You know, it doesn't have to be that stereotypical. There can be lots of ways to interpret colors, but colors set a mood, and so try and figure out a color that sets the mood you want to set. Because, again, it's all about trying to communicate an idea, a thought, or a feeling to your audience. So, ideally, when you're picking colors, you gotta do some of that. There is no shame, chat, in looking up, like, oh, color symbolism or something. Flower symbolism. Just, you know, there's no harm in that. It's sort of like the idea that there's no harm in, like, looking up reference and stuff like that either, you know? There we go. The hair. Oh. This for the hair. So I'm only touching it. We're gonna go blue. You really do like those boots? They are silly. He has big, silly boots. They're fun. They were fun to draw. This character is, I would say, a success. They're very fun to draw. They're very, very silly. Which is also, I believe, what the intention was. They're not like, ah, yes, this character's a badass. They're like, no, they're a silly, like, ghost kid trying to scare people who's bad at it. You know? I'm gonna do this. I don't want to, like, overdo the hair, if that makes sense. I'm sort of trying to be a little picky with it. I'm trying to be better about my shading, chat. I'm trying to improve. I thought they looked good, but okay. Like, you mean the boots look good? I look into the meaning and origins of names even. The more into symbolism you want to be, the more you should look and learn. No, exactly. Well, yeah, 100%. I look into the meaning behind names as well. They don't normally use colors for their cliche meanings. Bushy's gonna head out. Alright, drawing feels weird. I see. Alright, see ya, Bushy. Thanks for stopping by. Let's also grab this. Oh, shit. Turn this off. This to color to like 25% out with yeah, this is a good coloring thing. I like it. I like doing this with color. All right. Also need to go back here and I need to fill these in and fill these in. There we go. Yeah, but sorry, to what Alistair was saying is like, yeah, you don't have to use the stereotypical meaning for colors. That's not necessarily what I'm saying. It's more of they tend to elicit particular moods in people, and it's good to be aware of that. Because if you're, it's sort of like be aware of the rules and then break them. It's good to be aware of what people think about things before you start to go and try and do your own thing. In terms of communication, I suppose it's very helpful in that. Yeah, don't worry. I know you. No, I know what you did. I'm expanding on it for everyone else. You know. Listen, I don't think I need to talk to you about color. I think you know what you're doing. I think you're good. I don't think I gotta worry about that. It's color theory for film studies, but I got annoyed with how draconic it was. Yeah, it's good to know. You just need to, and honestly, useful. It's useful in conjunction with a lot of things like lighting and sort of staging. It's all handy dandy. But that doesn't mean you can't do fun stuff with it either. So. Delete that. Now I'm gonna grab the hair again. Feel like getting the hair sorted is in my best interest. Why is I see. We'll see if those stay. Gotta go do this. All right, see ya, Izzy. Thanks for stopping by. No doubt, but it also wasn't that in depth. It was for regular school, so teachers had limited knowledge. You basically just got like the spark notes of it, yeah. Which you could still learn from. Again, knowing the basic. It's sort of like yesterday with the whole art tutorial conversation is having those beginner things. It's fine that they exist. The problem isn't that they exist. It's that it's strange and frustrating that it's all there is. it's only beginner. No one wants to go into any more sort of detail about that stuff. And to be frank, it's the same for writing videos and things like that. Like, I would say what I'm talking about here is probably beginner stuff as well, but I'm at least talking about it in a bit more of a candid sort of intermediate zone. Like I'm talking about it as if you know what I'm talking about, I guess. Like you have a basic idea of what color is. I'm not like, oh right, color theory is when you have, you know, is color theory comes in these things and these are the basics of it. I'm like, no, okay, I want to talk to you about the practical applications of these techniques, the practical application of color theory and how you can use it and potentially break said rule as needed, I guess. Now, if I did a good job on that is up to you guys to decide, to be frank, but, yeah. That was the goal. I got it. I kind of think I want to take this one and actually put it below my lines. I don't want this lighting to be affecting my lines at all. Sort of deal. There we go. It did get stuck in my skull noggin even years after, and I usually start looking up what I need. But I also tend to use everything loose and goose. I doubt my characters look that well thought out, even though I know why I did everything. Well, at that point, what it just becomes more of is, okay, well now you need to work on actually communicating what you're trying to tell people. You know? Which is a whole other can of worms, because there's like, okay, yeah, you know why you're doing stuff. Now you have to figure out how to communicate that effectively to people who don't know. Whole other skill set, but definitely one anyone who's in the creative fields or wants to be in the creative field has to learn. Like it's non-negotiable, unfortunately. And that's not to necessarily say I am perfect or potentially even good at it. You know? That's not really what I'm trying to say. It's more of just it's a journey we're all on, you know? And there's no shame in being like, yeah, that's something I need to improve on. If you meet an artist who's like, oh no, I'm done. Like I've gotten everything, every skill I could possibly ever need. I'm done. I wouldn't trust him. I'd be like, you're a liar. Ain't no way. You know, it's sort of like if you hired a plumber who said they were the best plumber. Like, would you hire a plumber who said they're the best plumber in the world? I don't know. I'd be like, I feel like you're trying to sell me on something. I don't know. But I suppose I might be a little callous that way. Besides Mario, I wouldn't even hire Mario as a plumber. Look, I haven't seen that man. Well, I mean, he hasn't said he's the greatest plumber in the world, so I might hire him. But, like, I haven't seen him plumb a thing. So, I genuinely have no idea what his quality is or could be. You would trust Mario with your life? Well, I mean, like, I trust him with my life. That's different. Like, he's a good guy. But, like, you could be a good guy and a bad plumber. He could not be a very good plumber. I don't know. The thing, chat. People are made of multitudes, alright? They're made of pluralities. Just because a person is a real swell fella does not mean that they're good at a skill. But that they are a real swell fella, so, like, you know, that doesn't mean discount them. You gotta take it all with a grain of salt. Why isn't... Oh, that'd explain it. Okay. I can't do Dwight. Noted. Noted. That's a fun. Might. Take. Where is that stuff? Stuffed. Down here? Is this it? Alright. I grab this stuff right here. Actually, just the hair stuff that I want. That. Maybe not the top two, actually. Hold on. Wait, chat, I'm thinking. I'm using my brain. Hold on. We're gonna cut those out. Put them in here. I want to delete this mask. I want to apply that. Hold? Ah, I see. There. Now, post that above. Fill everything with this. Hold the mask. Okay, I understand what that... I've never seen that before. I had never seen that before, chat, so I apologize for being real confused. I haven't used masks that much in Clip, but they're handy dandy. Oh wait, before any of that, I should do this. Then I want to just take the hair, post it above fucking everything. Put it to normal. Let's blur. 60. Sure. Do I want to hard light it? Or do I want to... If I hard light it and pull it... Is the background in here? It is. Okay. And, brighten it. Don't worry, chat. We're gonna make this look good. Don't worry. Don't worry. Why are you guys panicking? Don't panic. Don't panic. It's gonna be okay. Don't panic, chat. Chat, you gotta calm down. Don't panic. You're panicking. You gotta calm down. Oh my goodness, chat. You just gotta chill out. See, look at him! Look at you, you're screaming! That doesn't help anybody. You gotta calm down. See? There. That looks better. I need to mess with its color a little bit. Or maybe not even its color, maybe it's just its opacity. Turn it to like 70. And then take a big ol' soft eraser and kind of, I don't want it necessarily everywhere in it, just sort of the edges. I want it's a ghostly glow we're going for, chat. A spectrally sparkle. Blur it a whole bunch. Don't need that one. Okay, there we go. Where's the little glow of the face? There it is. Cool. I also think this is probably just a good time to go over hand colors and just fix them, make them darker so it's easier to see the hands and arms. It's just more important than necessarily having them a brighter color. No, I want them to be seen. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick peek back at the reference chat. Okay. Alright, we're good. And now we're gonna hit it with the old Grave Grime classics, you know? The old Grave Grime special. Gonna pull this up on my other monitor for reference. Keep it down there. I'm gonna get sort of that color, probably a bit more. Like that. I'll get some gravestones in here. Oh, that's not a gravestone. Cool. All right. Yes. Oh, I never said it, but I really like how you draw those fingers. Pretty much what I used to try myself, but I always ended up adding too much detail. What, do you mean like the little shine points on them, or... What do you mean, Alistair? Do you mean like the little shading of them, or do you just mean how I actually drew the hands? Because it's appreciated either way, I'm just curious. In general? Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, they're like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of toon situation, so they're actually like a cartoon character in whatever, you know, universe they exist in. So I was like, well, I want to kind of make them feel a bit like they got those big old pudgy toon fingers. And they're just kind of fun to draw, honestly. Sort of just like drawing big old pudgy fingers. But yeah, my main thing lately especially has just been like, okay, I need to find ways to like pull back on the amount of detail I have in something. Like trying to find the clearest way to express a concept without like bogging it down with detail, because that's a thing I felt like I've struggled with a lot as well. So I get you there. And I guess I'm doing something right, so fucking thanks. Thanks. Means a lot. Alistair, you son of a bitch. Thanks. That's what you get. That's what compliments get you here. Beratement. Balancing out the niceness. Yeah. I can't just be all pleasantries. You guys would think I was sick or something. You'd be like, what's happened to Gravegrime? And to be fair, you'd be right to think it. Not my Gravegrime, you would all say. That, then we'll put another ram below it. A little bigger. That one. Yeah. Alright, maybe not even that. Maybe do like... some big old thing here, maybe. Maybe! What do we got here? I've been enriched with so much bad advice this stream. Imposter Gravegrime. Tweetygram as Gravegrime. Why is that something you desire? Also, I don't know why Alloy's message didn't show up in my thing, but what does that say? Holy moly, a week and more with Grime. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, look at you. Look at you go. I don't know why it didn't decide to show that on my readout. Love that. That's great. Fantastic. I guess when you redeem your streaks, guys, you can say any old shit, and it won't be caught in the swarm. I guess, you know, it won't appear on stream. Weird. Okay. Well, those ones appear. It was the, like, oh, my watch streak thing doesn't. Weird. Pull this back. Actually, one thing that I think will work. No, I do like those down there. Put it behind it, perhaps. Let's get sort of like a contrasting colors, chat, you know? Let's kind of... this kind of thing. And then let's... that. There's a fog about in the graveyard, chat. There's a miasma in there. Now, I don't think that's actually working for this one. Sort of. It's kind of fun to mess with colors like this, chat. Sort of see what happens. Perhaps. I think color-wise, that looks pretty good. The thing about these streams is that I can go back and try and study how you make backgrounds. Shapes! I make backgrounds with shapes. Let's actually... whoop. Some mist there. Green this one up. Yeah. Yeah. It's sort of one of the things I try and do, chat, I guess, when it comes to these backgrounds and things, is I'm trying to create visual interest without necessarily taking away from the subject matter. I don't think I always succeed in that, but that's sort of the goal. Like, with this, I think this stuff's too bland, so I'm gonna sort of... let's see. Oh. Pull it in like that, perhaps. One thing that also might be good is putting like an actual, just big black kind of... Yeah, they're in the graveyard, chat. There's big old graves, so... putting a couple of those sort of... imposingly in the distance, all still kind of pointing you towards our subject and whatnot. Yeah, and I feel like I need to repose them a little bit. Grab it all. Grab it all! The iconic grime on the graves. True, you're so right. Or it looks good. Thank you. I mean, you probably left to get food, but thank you. Just for the mission too, it's captivating how you design the background, especially for a commission where you... Yeah, I was like, with commissions, I take a lot more time with it, obviously. I'm trying to make you something worth your money, obviously. Let's see, I wanna get Corny in here nicely without him detracting. I need to do something with this fog. Needs to... It was more blue. How would that look? But there's two factors of color, chat. There's like color there's actual value contrast, which I can do a vague sort of version of it by coming up here and turning the saturation all the way down. And these are what our values are. She's getting lost up here, which I need to fix. But there's also color contrast, which is all this fucking... She's like really blue in a bunch of red. There's also that I have to factor in. But I need to... There's something I'm trying to poke at. I'm trying to... Did that. You're gonna have to deal with me messing a little bit, chat. I apologize. That'll be fine if I then also coordinate a tiny smidge. I'm dealing with tangents upon tangents. Something like that. Again, if I throw this on, which is pretty lost in there. But if I take this, and I put it here, and I brighten it. No. But if I have that there, and I kind of throw on a very bright blue. Just push it out a little. Blur it a bit with my this and my that. No, it's not working. It's not working. There is always the tried and true. Do this. I can give her a bit of an outline. Boop. Put it like dabbing. Something very blue, and then do a little bit of shape, perhaps. This. This is hard light erase these. These are ugly. Come on, smaller. I don't know why it's got kind of like the scratchy outline to it. That's sort of weird. But it's fine. Fine. All right, how does that help my contrast? Yeah, there we go. That helps. That pops it out a little. I could use a little, maybe, right here. Going up and around. Is that a deal? Encapsulating this point a little bit better. There we go. Cool. Bada bam, bada boom. I think we'll call it done. He knows Avid. He knows she's there. Look at him. Look at his smug smirk. He's like, heh, I know. Also, welcome. But I think that's it, chat. You got an extra 2 minutes out of me. I hope you're fucking happy. But there we go. We have it. I might do a little bit more kind of messing with the background, but I don't think you guys really need to see that, to be frank. To be honest. Like I might put some texture on the background, but that would be it. A minute less, I would have been pissed. I see. But yeah, all right. Another good stream. Another fucking attack in the bag. Let's go, chat. Yippee! I'll be back tomorrow for another big one. Another big one. I'll probably take some time to fiddle with this and clean it up a little so it's more clear. But then we'll be doing another ghost. We'll be doing this ghost. Working on a motorcycle, so. Yes, we've, quote unquote, aka I've. But yes, anyway, good night, everyone. Goodbye. Happy art fighting. See you later. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We.